Hello friends, my name is Neelam Tarangi. Today's video topic is exception and exception handling in a Java programming language, and today's date is 10th January 2022. What is the exception? How it is created in a Java programming language? Let discuss about it. First we can see exception. Exception Exception is the process that occurs during the execution of a program, and that this process can disrupt the normal flow of a program, which disturb the normal flow of a program is known as a exception. Mm, is known as exception. Throwable having two types, that is error and exception. But error are not exception. Exception are which can disturb the flow of a program is known as exception. What is a sorry different types of exception. Different type of exception, that is a user defined exception and built-in exception. Built-in exception having two types, that is unchanged exception and changed exception. Changed exception having six types, that is mm, class not found exception, interrupt exception, input output sorry IO exception, in instantaneous exception, SQL exception, file not found exception. These are the types of changed exception. And second one is unchanged exception. Unchanged exception having six types, that is a arithmetic exception, array array index out of bound exception, array store exception, illegal thread exception, null exception, class cast exception. These all are the unchanged exception. We can see the type of changed exception and unchanged exception. But what is a changed exception and unchanged exception? The changed exception occurs at the compile time, that the compiler can checks the changed exception. Suppose one example, we can write a program, or we can read a program, and there is no file, there is no file of a file reader. This example of a changed exception. And second one is a unchanged exception. Unchanged exception is unchanged exceptions occurs at the runtime. The compiler ignores this unchanged exception. Example, we can create an array which having size is 5, and we can print the element at seventh index. This is a array out of bound exception is occurred. Second one example is a uh, uh, num1 is 45 and num2 is 0, and we can divide this num1 by num2, and answer is infinite. But but uh, but our output is exception occurs. This is the example of unchanged exception. Mm, these exceptions can be handled by the Java. The exception handling is the process of ensuring that the flow of a program does not break with the exception occur. This is known as exception handling. Mm, Thank you.